ChatGPT.
No, don't ask ChatGPT for trade ideas.
Just by it was my kid. We have a big snowstorm today, so it's a wonderful time to be in Richmond. It rarely snows in Richmond, so people keep on waiting for snow.
Oh,
Yeah. So ASML, you can trade ASML on Robinhood now. So that's one big news. It seems like the retailers who are not able to trade it because a lot of US folks just trade on Robinhood. Um so small time retailers may jump on ASML. It is at a good spot. Earnings coming soon. So
so ASML is a semiconductor, right?
yes, it is, and they are kind of very unique in their space, but they next 5 years they'll definitely dominate and rule because they are kind of monopolized business based out of Europe somewhere. But after that, when people will start developing their own racks and stuff, so they are kind of the network infrastructure provider, 300 plus billion-dollar company, and
Mm.
monopolized stuff. No, there's no competition at all. They are the only people who do the stuff which they do. So they
Yeah, and
provided
looks
bad.
like it's on a dip.
Yep. So they provided bad guidance on the last earning, and that's why they took that big hit from $1,000 to like $700 something. Spreads can work great. Options move slow, and this spread on options is huge. So, but then when it moves like $30-$40 in a single tick
Yeah,
kind of thing. Yeah.
pretty precise, pretty pricey. I mean, right now it's at 714.
Yep. Yes, sir. So maybe stocks may be a good option. If somebody wants to add 3-4 stocks, that's it. Do not expose more. But I've just added six. I kept on buying from 850, and then I'm just averaging it down. So I have six now. It was allowed on Webull, so I was buying it on Webull, but now it is available on Robinhood too.
Nice. Yeah, Robinhood has been updating its app with different
Oh
things.
yes, sir. Yes, a big chunk of FinTwit influencers and everybody with big accounts, option sellers. I'm just saying, they have moved their stuff to Robinhood. All of their portfolios from Charles Schwab, from TD, from E Trade, to Robinhood because of less commission and everything with all these new
Yeah,
Robinhood features. So, and if you see the stock reflects it. If you see Robinhood stock, it's like
yeah, it's
it has been
nicely on an
ramping nicely, and
uptrend.
they are eating some chunk. So they're not a bank right now, but they've started offering credit card with a very good. They're only offering it to selective users right now, but it is like 3% flash cashback on every purchase with the Robinhood. So there's no quarterly rotation or stuff, but that's a big deal. 3%. So that's why they're, but they do not offer loans right now. So that's why they don't. But they're competing with SoFi. If they start offering loans, SoFi is going to be dead. So that's one.
Mhm. But SoFi is
Oh
also
yes, sir.
in.
Yes, it is doing beautifully. So this is something one of the big option sellers who I work with. He told me once that if there is a CEO who comes out very often on media, TV, big time networks, and then he speaks highly about his product like PLTR, SoFi, Robinhood, even Jensen. 10 years ago, Nvidia CEO was like all over the place, everywhere in the media that we are a great company, we are doing. So they are not shy of the questions. They always go out, face the challenges, face the questions, face the press, media, and then so these guys will always do good. And then a lot of people who trust even in quantum space. So that's a battery technology company which Jagmeet Singh, if you have heard of him, the Sardar
Yeah,
guy who is like the highest paid CEO in the world.
yeah,
He was
yeah.
in news for a couple of
Somebody
days.
was just telling me about him today.
Oh yes, sir. Yes. So he also is kind of the same guy. So maybe sooner or later that stock is gonna fly back soon. It's it dropped from $70 to like $10 or so, or even less, $5-6 now. But sooner or later they'll get that support. But yeah, these guys, Carl, the Carlson guy, Carl Hart, what's his name, the PLTR CEO, the Robinhood CEO, all of these guys are so aggressive in marketing their product or their company that we are a great company. Same with Michael Slayer for MSTR. So that guy is like very aggressive that the thing which we are doing is unique, the Bitcoin lending, and we are going to be a great company. So MSTX, if somebody wants to try option selling, MSTX, the premiums are beautiful. Um, uh,
MS what?
MSTX. So it's a leveraged MSTR 3x leveraged ETF. Uh, and you can sell far out. So it's like 47, 48 right now, or maybe 50. It was 32, 33 yesterday or the day before. And it pays $14. It paid $14 dividend per stock to me. So I
Oh,
had only 50 stocks, and then I did a option selling on this. So I got like 800 something premium. I sold option last week for 32 strike. So MSTX is so less collateral, but good risk reward. So with MSTX.
oh, so this is a MicroStrategy ETF.
Yes, sir. Yes, it is totally just related to MicroStrategy only. So it's a riskier thing, but it's a small chunk of money. So it's like you only need $5,000 as collateral, and you can make like 300, $400. Go far out strikes like 35. If you try to sell 35 strike, you'll still make 200, $300 a week, which is very safe strike to be at.
Yeah, and it looks like right now it's at. I mean, even if you look at my MicroStrategy, it had a very bullish day on
Oh yes,
Friday.
sir. Yes, it jumped 40, $50 from 280 to 330, 340 something. Uh, so it was a nice bump. And
Yeah,
Bitcoin is jumping back to close to 100,000 now. I think
yeah,
it's 98, 99 something, because Trump's son over the weekend, I think Friday or Saturday something, he did a big conference somewhere, and then he was talking about Bitcoin going to $1 million under Trump's presidency, and it is coming from Trump's son. So people are more speculative about
yeah,
what he's gonna do to push it to $1 million, and it's like they are
yeah.
going to make that FOMO. It may not, because it's not a commitment, right? So they can always say, oh, it because of the global things, it's not going. So people will get
Right.
trapped and everything. So but we have seen Bitcoin do magics these days. It's like the 16,000, then 30,000. It was at 16,000 for almost 5, 6 months. They're at 30,000 for 5, 6 months, 45, 50,000 for 5, 6 months. And now it's like 80s, 90s all the time. So
Yeah.
Nike,
So
yeah.
I wanted to look at some of the stocks that ended in green on a good volume also. So let me, well, unless you want to, any of you want to take a look at some stock. So let's see.
Netflix?
What do you say?
Netflix. I think Netflix is at like a good support right now. I don't know. I'm looking at a
S-
3 hours or
taking
4 hour chart.
taking a dip here. I mean, so this is the right here is 860 is a pretty good support right here, right? So that's where we see that the low point for this week, November 25th, the low point touched that. So 850, 891. That's a good support there. Shouldn't break that. If it breaks that, then it can go down. Thing other than that, the major support zone is right about here.
I see. Yeah. No, I'm looking at a shorter time frame, like 4 hour time frame.
Yeah, really depends. I mean, if you're looking to swing 4 hour, I think daily chart is good. I'm looking at weekly, so you can, if you are planning to like do a swing, yeah, weekly chart is even better than 4 hours. So if that's a support, I take my fib right there. So yeah, it hasn't even hit 27.20 yet. So yeah, I mean, right, 858.91 is right below 27.20, above 38.20. So you can get a like really good bounce at the 27.20 and 38.20.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, I think there was a upgrade on Netflix. Some of the analysts are saying like it's gonna hit like $1,000. So, which is could be very, very likely.
Yeah,
Um,
once it starts moving up, yes. But the
so
holiday season is over. So
it is a hitting all-time high. So if I take my fib extension here, yeah. So look, 940, 950 is the resistance. If it clears the 950, then it could go
mhm.
to 1,050.
Yeah.
Okay, so last week's the highest percentage gain was actually Fang, which is it's a oil play, and look at that weekly candle on that. So is oil coming back? Oil was supposed to do good under Trump's presidency. Fang right now is very close to the support zone, right about here. Right about here. So I'm thinking it's hitting 78.60 or 88.60 fib. Yep, there you go, 78.60. And it had a pretty bullish week. So yeah, I think it's gonna go higher here. If I look at the fib the other way around. So yeah, 50% fib is at 176.32. Right now it's 170.96. So it's and yeah, the other fib is 50% is 178.74. So I'm thinking it's definitely gonna come to this area. So right about here. Between 176 to 178 gives you about what $6-7 to work with.
Yeah.
That's a pretty nice V formation going on.
Yeah. And then one thing to remember is this week we have FOMC. So it's going to be a very volatile week. We have a lot of other numbers too. So
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, here's the thing, if the inflation kicks a little bit higher, then FANG is gonna shoot up. If inflation goes higher, most likely oil price is gonna go up. Because the inflation is gonna go up because of the oil, right? So, and that could be the reason why FANG is jumping. LNG is another. This is yeah, this is I think gas, natural gas. Yeah, it was still oil. Look at that. Very nice in uptrend. Very nice bullish week last week. So yeah, oil plays are good right now. I'm liking more oil than tech. Palantir did really good last week, and it's still kind of in a range bound. Still in a range bound here. Palantir. This is the range. But yeah, looking at compare look at the weeklies. This is not as good as what we looked at in Fang and the LNG. Look at that candle. That's pretty nice. So if we take a fib of LNG in here, there you go. It hasn't hit 88.60. did hit 78.60. Could drop for a little bit, but I think it's gonna hit 88.60, 22, 25, 29. This indicator here shows the money flow, pretty bullish money flow, all that green there. You look at, you can look at the money flow. Oh, yeah, Palantir has pretty good money flow. How is Microsoft doing?
Yeah, Microsoft
So,
is like, yeah.
yeah, Microsoft, yeah, I mean, the fib is looking good. It hit 78.60 on the weekly and bounced. I would have liked it to go high. So, I mean, here, this is the resistance, fairly close right about here. This is the resistance it needs to clear to go higher. If it doesn't clear this resistance, then it can go down even more. So this is what 426, 427 level.
Can you please check for Lily as well? LLY.
Yeah. Pretty range bound. Can't really say what's happening here. But it did hit a support, right? So the down here was a support. This is the support, and it bounced nicely.
Yep. Right. Yeah.
Uh, and then it hit resistance right about here, right about here.
Yeah.
So yeah, now it's just between that range.
Yeah. It's kind of, it is one of the rare companies, a non-tech company, which almost hit $1 trillion valuation, and then it came down to it's about 700, $800 billion right now. So this is one of the rare companies which is almost $1 trillion without tech.
Hmm.
So this may,
Yeah, I
but
mean, I can give more information looking at our other, informations like as far as what Wales are targeting. So let's see what Wales is targeting
yep,
here.
yep, absolutely, yes, sir.
So Wales, oh wow, this
Oh
is
yeah,
interesting.
that came up with a thing. Okay, yeah.
So the Wales resistance is actually at 900. So Wales' resistance is right about here at 900 somewhere. So that's
Hmm.
quite a distance.
What is
Yeah.
it? What did you say? Just a minute.
So on the Lily chart, the Wales resistance is sitting at 900.
Oh wow, that's far.
Yeah. So
So,
yeah, because the problem with the Wales levels are you just can't tell when it's going to happen, right? And then it can also change too. So like right now, it's showing 900. Tomorrow it can change too. So it doesn't stay consistent. But right now, I'm looking. Wales resistance is at 900. And then they are targeting actually 930. So about 930 and 960 here. So these are the Wales targets. So here's 960 here. This is target. So this is
Yeah.
930.
The option pricing is expensive, but yeah, maybe long dated something, or because it's kind of a tricky news driven thing. The biomedical thing, some results are coming out, something is being processed, so that's why.
Yeah, let's see what how's the option flows look. Yeah, option flows is not that good. The premium is pretty. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's better to play stocks than options. I wonder if there's a ETF for LLY.
So it's a biotech ETF. I think there are a couple of biotech ones which have Novo, NVO, and LLY as the majority of components. But yeah,
No,
I need to
look at
look
this
at
one,
it.
LLYX.
Oh wow, okay. Oh, I did not know it. That's nice. It's better to, yeah, if somebody is expecting a little jump, rather better to play this one instead of the options. So that's what
Right.
I did with the coin thing. So I was very hopeful that coin is going to get a bounce from those levels, but I was skeptical that option premium is going to decay. So I bought CONL about 50 quantity, and then on the small bounces, $5, $3 bounces, I made 150 $200 and then sold it. So yeah, that uh,
I'm hearing some extra noises here. Ramsey, is that you?
No, man. I'll mute. Did go there.
Okay. Yeah, but LLYX, right below there, I think this is pretty good actually. The price is only 1860. This zone here. You can take that as a stop loss, 1706 to 1578, and then just hold it.
right.
Okay, what else moved last week on a good volume? VST is a utility stock, right? Yep, electric utility. I think I had mentioned that in the Discord. Look at that weekly candle on VST. I think this is gonna break the top. And yeah, utilities are very, they're like a defensive stocks. It doesn't matter what the inflation is doing. Um, very inflation proof, I guess, stocks. So, there was a big jump on this week here, November 4th, right? And then it went higher. Big bullish candle now last week. Yeah, this is looking pretty good. Mhm. Looks like 180. You can hit 180. May go slightly dip around here, 166 to 168. So you can wait for that dip and then get in. Uber. What's going on with Uber? Wow, look at that. Nice. 70, so it kind of went higher, made a base, went higher here. Um, if you look at the other way around, yeah. So 6694 is the 2720 level. They can definitely get to that. 6694. If it does go above 6694, then it can go to 73, 7322. All right. Market wise, let's see what happened. SPY, I was looking at this. Let me go into my weekly chart. So this was the range I was pointing last week, um, that it should not break this zone, and it did bounce from there, which is a good sign. We're still under the woods here. There's a pretty big supply zone right about here. Um, if I was to look at this fib here, so it hasn't hit on this. It hasn't hit a 50% fib, 593.47. Now this is the golden zone here between 50 to 61.80. So it will definitely hit a 50% fib, 593.47. Could go as close to the 61.80, may even peak out. So at that point, we will have to see if it sustained, going up. So anything can happen at that point. Could go down, could break this support and go further down. So it will need to hold itself above 596.52, or we can see more downfall. So 596.56, 342. We'll need to break this zone with a good momentum for it to go higher. I'll take this. Yeah, so currently the supply zone is right about here. 607.78, 602.83. So if it clears the 596.56, then it will get into this zone. It will face some resistance, and then we'll have to see what it does at that point. But by clearing this zone, it definitely can give us some safety that we're not gonna see any more downfall. But if it doesn't clear this and it breaks this support, then we will see this zone down here. And I'll go ahead and post this in the Discord. Looking at QQQ. Right, the imbalance is done. Got bounce there. Yeah, so this is the supply zone here. So it rebound from 61.80. Looking at the other way, there you go. It hit 38.20. Now, just the fact that it closed above the 27.20, that tells me it's gonna go up to 50% fib, which is the 522.38. So the golden zone will be right about here. Right about there is the golden zone. So it needs to clear 526.37 for it to keep going higher. If it does go higher, then it will face resistance in this zone. I did. Okay. Similarly, if yeah, if it goes down, so I think now, oops, so down here, right there is the support zone. I'll take this one out. So this is the zone below. It should not break this. I mean, but in QQQ, there are actually a few support zone. There's one, there's another one right about here. So there are a couple of support zones. Which is good because it's going to present us with a good dipping opportunities. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So you got your support zones, you got your resistance zones, and a supply zone. So always go long on the dipping zones, the support zones, and target the resistance zones. You want to see what it's doing on the resistance zones.
And this is
Only go.
this is
Oh,
on
sorry.
1 hour. Okay, this is on 1 hour or this is on daily?
This
It's
is a
on
daily
daily.
chart.
Okay,
Yeah.
daily. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, so go on the support zones, target the resistance zone, and then from there you want to see what it does at the resistance zones. If it clears the resistance zone, then you can go long again, or you can add to your positions. But normally you collect profits, when you see it, because the market is gonna be volatile. I think it's gonna be even more volatile under Trump. So
Oh yeah, yeah.
never let your guards down.
Yeah.
And especially now that Elon Musk is joining Trump, this is going to get volatile. I mean, both of these are notorious to send a tweet and pump the stock and market. So
Yeah.
or the other way around, they can crash the market in a
Absolutely.
second.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm just thinking, Tesla maybe is a good ad on dips, but just
I believe,
stock.
yes, I agree with that. Yes, Tesla is always a good idea right now. I think for the next 4 years, it's still
Absolutely, yes, sir. I mean, with just
uh,
the stock is fine, or maybe TSLL or something. So,
right,
yeah, because the options may decay or something, either go for leaps or spreads or
right.
very small amount because, it is so volatile that they decay really bad.
Yes,
Um,
I agree. So yeah, on this dip, it hit 6180 and it bounced. It's bouncing. It bounced on Friday, which is pretty bullish sign. I think it will go slightly higher. Let's see. Yeah, right there. So 419.57. So 419.57 to 420 is what I can expect next week.
hmm. Maybe if we dip, big dip on FOMC, it may be a good option to go long. If we bounce big, then it's good option to exit the longs and then.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. No, I
Yeah.
agree. I agree. If it shoots up, yeah, you don't want to go long when it's shooting up. You want to add, so I mean, this was a good level here. 377, 78 was a good level, 61.80. If it goes down, so both of these levels are good, 347.63, 329.68. These are good levels to go long at. But I think, yeah, tomorrow you can actually you can take a long starting tomorrow. Watch for the first 15-30 minutes. If it doesn't like gap down or anything, then you can take a long till 420.
Right.
But the options flow on this is very strong. I mean, I was amazed to see there are options flow for like strike like 800 there.
Wow. It's, yeah,
Yeah.
it moves crazy, and then there may be something about that low cost thing, which is they're expecting it from last 2-3 years, that there's a $25,000 vehicle which is somewhere in the pipeline, but nobody got it till now. So let's see if they announce something like that. People were expecting it when they launched that robotaxi. People were
Yeah.
expecting that because that lower cost vehicle. So the big boost for Tesla came in on Saturday. On Saturday morning on CNN, I think Ford CEO said that next 5 years we'll be shrinking in US. Ford
Mm.
is, and then they are saying that it's the EVs world going forward,
Mm.
and we need more support from the government. So indirectly they are just telling that Tesla and Rivian are going to rule. Tesla is like the leader. Google Sundar Pichai said that Tesla is the leader and Waymo is just trying to catch up. So and this is Saturday only. So he explicitly mentioned Tesla is the leader worldwide, and
Mm.
we are with Waymo, we are just trying to do a catch up. So they,
Mm.
with leaders acknowledging, industry leaders, that Tesla is there to stay. Uh, it's a big deal. So
Yeah. And I mean here I think I'm gonna paste the options flow on the chart here. But look at these. Can you see the option flows? Can you see the options flow on the screen? Okay, yeah, I think you should be able to see. But look at the options flow for Tesla. I mean, look at the right now for January 10th, it's showing $24 million premium for the 400 strike, and that I mean that is in the money at the moment because I think the expectation is definitely going to go higher. So they're going slightly in the money, and they're gonna cash the whatever higher it goes. But you look at the August 15 expiration, there's a 900 strike, a pretty, good, decent premium, $4.94 million premium, almost 5 million. Okay, so that's for 900 strike. So yeah, people are betting high on Tesla. I mean, 900 is way up, you guys, right? So and you look at any of these strikes, like over $1 million premium. This is crazy. I think everybody's investing right now in Tesla. All the Google CEO to Jeff Bezos.
oh yes, sir, yes. So dollar cost averaging into a separate account, maybe, which you don't touch and look at. $100 a
Yeah,
week, $500 a week, $100 a day, or something like this. It's a good idea.
yeah. And yeah, yeah, you don't have to do like stocks or option. You can go like TSLL right there.
Yep,
I mean, it's only $28 right now. So
yep, absolutely.
yeah, I mean, I think if you don't take any other trades this year, just take trades in TSLL and Tesla. I think you will do really well.
Oh yes, sir. Yes, maybe yeah, because it gives nice dividend as well. I think TSLL, and it used to be 2x. I think now it is 1.5x, which is good because it is on the decays, on the down days it doesn't drops that big. Earlier with the 2x, how in the back end I don't know how they manage it, but they it used to be a big. So even if Tesla drops 10%, this used to drop 20%, but if Tesla recovers 10%, this never used to recover back 20, because it needs
Yeah,
bigger push up, so that's why.
right.
But
Yeah. That is the only drawdown on the leverage ETFs.
right.
So yeah, you don't want to trade leverage for long term.
Yep, exactly.
You want to collect profits and then go on the dips, but and that'll work out good. But yeah, I mean, looking at right now, yes, this is a good range here, 1738 to 2006. I mean, you're not too far from there, so you can easily add if it drops down there. There you go. So when is the FOMC?
Wednesday, I think they have the minutes on Wednesday. Yeah.
When? Wednesday?
Wednesday, yes.
So are they announcing anything on the rate reductions?
No, I don't think it's only the minutes this month,
Or just the
and then
minutes?
yep, just the minutes this month. But Monday, we have that consumer expo coming up on Monday. So 9:30 p.m. tomorrow, 9:30 p.m. EST, which will be 6:30 p.m. your time. Jensen has that speech, and then AMD CEO, she's also there.
Ah,
And so AMD may be getting some big bounce with some new GPU announcement or something. But yeah, they both are speaking tomorrow, I think.
yeah, AMD, my gosh. It hit 7860 on this big long fib here. Yeah. If it hits 88, 60, 108, 41, I'm throwing everything in it. Because I think that was the veil I had mentioned, I think the 110. Let me see what this is showing right now. So the veil resistance is showing 145. The support is at, 125 is the showing veil support, 125.
Yep. So it may be sitting at a very good level.
Yeah. Right now, Wales target is 130. So, yeah, I think it may just push it to 130. And then we have to see what it does at that point. On January. Yeah, not too far. Yeah, that's where so if I take a fig from here to this, yeah, so 130 is right at the 8860, 7860. So yeah, that's a good zone for resistance too. There's- Makes sense. but the whale's resistance is at 145.
145. Oh, that's too far.
Yeah, 145. But again, I mean, it may not even go up there. So things can change before that. So we try to look at more closer levels than that. So I mean, unless whatever announcement they do, it really pumps up the investor, then he can get to 145.
Oh yeah, that's good. It's long due, but you know, there was a report from Amazon which said that even with the cheaper options in their cloud computing offerings, nobody wants to select AMD when they configure their rack. So
Mm,
that's why that was a big drop when AMD came out, and then tried to defend, because Jensen, Nvidia CEO, they say even if our competitors are offering their stuff for free, then also it is not
mm.
worth it. We are so good. So that's the kind of confidence he has in his product. So Nvidia maybe like 5 year ahead of everybody else, but still somebody is going to catch up. So yeah.
But I mean, yeah. So looking at more chart wise in AMD, this was the pivot point right there. So this was the lowest point right here.
Hmm. And this is from August, right? Yeah. So
So
if
this
you
is
if you
from
go to
August. So it
how is the
goes
week?
slightly below that.
Uh-huh.
What it's doing now is it made a higher high right about here. It made a higher high right at the pivot. I mean, this could be a very potential reversal point. So we
Absolutely,
have to see.
absolutely. And if you go to weekly, do you see that support going back all the way? Because this used to be a
Yeah, right here. Yeah.
yeah.
So this
So
was a
that's
support right here.
yep, yes, sir. And then that was earlier the resistance, and now it is acting the support. If you see all the way to July 2023, July
Yeah.
2023, that was spot was kind of the resistance. So yeah,
Yeah. And it actually touched that zone exactly. See. Yeah, it did, right?
I have
Yeah,
some
look at that.
leads. I have some April calls, and then I'm planning to add some January 2026 ones on AMD. Um,
Yeah. So yeah, I think we have to see what happens with this announcement. If either it's gonna shoot up or it's gonna remain where it is right now.
yep. No, no, sir. I'm going to check the flow as well. I'm trying to get more and more hands on these flows. Most of the indicators are lagging, but
Uh-huh.
I'm these days there are a lot of things with volume and
Yeah.
all these RSI. So RSI is the only, people say RSI is the only thing which has zero lag or kind of predictive indicator, but everything else just lags behind. So I'm just reading more and more on that and clubbing it with volume on options and volume on stocks. So there are both two different things. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm looking at the daily premiums right now. There's still a lot of put buying going on AMD.
Right.
Yeah, lot more put buying. They're not jumping on it.
Oh, no, that's yeah, that's the thing, sir. Let's see. Hopefully, they may be waiting for something tomorrow, so that's why. Let's see.
165. Wow, why would somebody put a 165 strike puts for 7.65 million?
Oh wow, 165 put. Is it a or a B, or at ask or at bid?
So on this one, it doesn't really show me.
Let me. What's this? What's the date? I can
Yeah,
see.
so the expiry is January 17,
Oh, this short term.
165.
Okay, let me see if it is sold. I can check it on E-Trade. E-Trade has a nice visualizer where they let you see if it is sold or bought. Give me one sec.
I think if I put a big flow in, uh, maybe it will show me in the Discord.
Oh yeah, yes, sir. I forgot we have all of those.
Yeah, so it
Tools.
doesn't
Yeah.
have any side. I mean, there is a 165. There is one for ask. Ask is sold, so it's a sold put actually.
Oh, that's awesome. So that's a good deep in the money sold put for a big
Yeah,
amount. January 17th, you said, right? So AMD. Give me just one sec. Trade tape and quantity to maybe 500 and then apply. Okay. Yep. I see it. And it is a multi-legged. So it may be, but it is a multi-legged sold put. So they definitely are expecting a upside because there's a 160 put and then there is a
yeah.
165 put. So somebody is, it's a put credit spread kind of thing. So they're taking that advantage.
Yeah, yeah, they're selling it, so they're collecting
Yep.
a
They're collecting
premium,
the premium. Yep. Yes, sir.
expecting
Wonderful.
higher up. Yeah.
They sold 170, 180 as well. There's another one which is 170, 180, but it is a smaller number, not that big of a number, but it is again the quantity is 660 puts for 170 at $44, which they've sold, and then they created a spread with 180 put. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
January
so
there.
I'm thinking, I think there's definitely a upside coming for AMD.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, looking at the chart, looking at the flow.
Nice, sir. Hopefully, sir. Let's see how the market behaves tomorrow. And oh, ninth ko we have a market holiday on ninth as well. So it's a kind of a short week because of
Oh,
that Jimmy Carter morning day. So ninth markets are closed on ninth. So we have FOMC on 8th, and then markets are closed on ninth, and Friday may be a very low volume day. So anything weekly is going to get killed fast.
yeah. So definitely, yeah. I mean, yeah, you don't want to take a weekly exploration.
Yep,
Maybe go further out. Yeah, take leaps or something.
no, sir.
Well, that's all I
Chalo.
got.
No, thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
We'll catch up
Yeah, we'll
tomorrow
do
morning.
this more. I think this is good.
Oh, नहीं sir, yes, and we people may not be doing it because वो रात को तो Friday को ही we'll send out the timing and everything that this is a time when we can meet
Yeah,
up,
yeah,
so they'll be
yeah.
ready. Yep.
Yeah, I'll make like a consistent time so everybody knows, okay, this time we're gonna meet.
Yep,
And then so yeah,
absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely.
they can keep the time open.
Yep, perfect.
Yeah. Alrighty.
चलेगा.
Have a good night.
Thank you, sir. Yep,
Talk
take care.
tomorrow,
Good
yeah.
night.
All right, good night.